Well, I know it. I'm well aware of that.
Yes, yes.
Please stand for a moment of silence and salute the flag. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Adequate notice of this meeting was provided to the Westfield Leader, advertised on January 9, 2014. Notification was sent to the Star Ledger and prominently posted on the Municipal Public Bulletin Board and filed in the office of the municipal clerk, informing the public of the time and place according to the provisions of the Open Public Meeting Law, Chapter 231, Public Law 1975. It would be greatly appreciated, and I will ask you to please turn off your cell phones and Blackberries. If you must take a call, please do so out in the hall, and kindly refrain from text messaging, etc., as disturbing to the individuals sitting nearby. Roll call, please, Ms. Ariano.
Mayor Petracchi.
Present.
Council President Tarantino.
Here.
Councilman Martin.
Present.
Councilman Matthew.
Here.
Councilman Newstead.
Here.
Councilman Petrozelli.
Here.
And Councilman Disco. Here.
Minutes, please, Ms. Ariano.
Regular meeting of the Mayor and Council held on September 9, 2014. Workshop session of the Mayor and Council held on September 9, 2014.
Do we have any corrections or changes? May I have a motion to accept the minutes as presented?
I'll make a motion to accept the minutes as presented, Mayor.
Is there a second?
Second.
Ms. Ariano, communications, please.
New Jersey State League of Municipalities Mayor's Fax Advisories.
Received and filed.
Union County Board of Chosen Tree Holders Ordinances.
Received and filed.
The Borough of Roselle Park Resolution.
Received and filed.
Garwood Library Board of Trustees minutes of the meeting.
Received and filed.
Carla Wilbride, Roxbury School Chairperson, Capital One School Day.
Received and filed.
Board Administrator Mark Marino, August 8th report to the town.
Received and filed.
Celebrations Commission minutes.
Received and filed.
And Board of Health minutes.
Received and filed. This evening we're going to be introducing an ordinance. Ms. Ariano, please read the ordinance 14-12 by title only.
Yes, Mayor. An ordinance to enact Article 9 dumpsters and containers in Chapter 146, streets and sidewalks of the Code of the Borough of Garwood to regulate placement and maintenance of dumpsters and containers.
May I have a motion to introduce ordinance 14-12?
I'll make the motion to introduce ordinance 14-12, Mayor.
And do I have a second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Roll call, please, Ms. Ariano.
Comments, Mayor?
This is an introduction. Do you have?
Well,
I didn't discuss this in workshop, Mayor, so if anybody has any comments, we can talk about it now.
We just wanted to see if you could just give like a bullet point summary of what the ordinance is real quick.
Sure. This is basically you all received this in your packet, an email on Friday, I believe, so you should have a copy of it. It's an ordinance that was asked to, laws and license to adopt. We didn't have anything in our books before on this. And it's basically a ordinance to regulate dumpsters or containers on the street. It's very simple. It's for the police department to just know when someone brings a container, rents, I guess, a container for refuse. Previously, we didn't regulate how long a resident had one. You could have one for 3 months or 5 months, and we wouldn't regulate it. So now, the chief of police would know when you have it. You would get a permit for $5, and you would just renew it every 2 weeks. And it's really a safety issue, so we would know that it has all the safety markings on it and where you're putting it. have to have a diagram indicating the location of the dumpster. And you would renew it every 14 days.
And that's for streets or sidewalks, correct?
It's for streets and sidewalks, it's not for
Driveways.
driveways. Right.
Mayor?
Yes.
Obviously, we'll discuss it, at the next meeting, where, I'm curious about one thing. $5 seems awfully low.
It's just for the processing of the permit.
I mean,
We're
a lot
not
of-
looking to make money.
No,
We're not
a
looking
lot
to-
of towns actually have, they charge more than that because containers, particularly the larger dumpsters, and I don't want to get into it, because we'll get into it more in the next meeting. I was just curious about the $5. I'll just leave it at that. I'll come back with more. Because many times you end up with, destruction with the weight. So I guess that's an issue we'll discuss in the next meeting.
There is a requirement that they have to put
Okay.
platform, we're gonna put it in the applications.
Right.
Okay, good. All right, thank you.
All right, roll call please, Ms. Ariano.
Council President Tarantino.
Aye.
Councilman Martin.
Aye.
Councilman Matthews.
Aye.
Councilman Anderson.
Aye.
Councilman Pedroselli.
Aye.
Councilman Tedesco.
Aye.
Thank you. On to committee report. Councilman Martin, please.
Yes, Mayor, the police have been doing very good work in a number of areas. Operation Take Back will take place on September 27th from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. at police headquarters. It's a program where the people can drop off prescription drugs that are expired and or unused in the drop box that will be located at the police desk at Borough Hall. There'll be no sharp syringes accepted. As part of the LESO program, the police department obtained 2 more pieces of equipment for the borough. One is a mobile water pump. It's a large capacity pump mounted on a trailer, capable of being trailered to a location and pumping 350 gallons of water per minute. So I don't have to tell you where we could, use that in terms of problems where we have floods, such as our flooded intersections, underpass or buildings basement. Also obtained was a 2.5-ton truck with an enclosed office mounted on the back, known as a mobile command post. We declined, you may remember, we declined a similar 2.5-ton transport vehicle as being larger than what we needed, but this will be more useful because it's got the command post on the back. It's going to be outfitted with radios that we already have, and computers and monitors which can be obtained which can also be obtained under the program. The command post is powered by a 10K volt generator, which we already have been declared but not yet received. We've been cleared for it but not yet received. It's mostly for emergency management purposes, uses in severe weather, deployment, or in other emergencies, or even community events. So the approximate value of the mobile command post is over $100,000, and the pump is approximately $13,000. So both of these items come at absolutely no cost to the borough. So they'll be, again, used for emergency, police, fire, DPW needs, and I think that would be a great addition to our equipment. Another issue is that the police have recently attended a mandatory state training seminar for uniformed crime reporting. The UCR statistics are compiled monthly and provided to the state and FBI. So the state and the federal folks compile the data yearly and track crime trends and the efficiency of agencies involved. State representative commented that Garwood, for a posting of 61.5 clearance rate on offenses encountered, which is a pretty good, impressive rate, and a 3.7 decrease in overall crime statistics for the first 6 months of this year, due largely to the presence of a very visual performance around town, very visual presence around town, being proactive in all law enforcement activities also. So we expect these rates to continue with the addition of the 16th man. That is all for my report, Mayor.
Thank you. You have heard the report of police. Do I have a motion to accept?
Be received and spread across the minutes.
Second. Any comments?
I just have one, Mayor. Again, I think our police department deserves a huge thank you for applying for these grants and getting this equipment for us to help with our emergency preparedness. And also congratulations to them for the decline in the crime rate, and that commentary coming from the state. It looks very positive for Garwood, so it's good things to hear. And one other item from that police committee meeting that we had, I mentioned that, and I believe I might have mentioned this a long time ago as well, on South Avenue, across from the Garwood Mall, when you're going on South Avenue heading towards Cranford, there are two lanes in the road, and then it comes kind of like a runway racing strip because it's not regulated for a right turn or anything like that. So either lane could go first, taking off towards Cranford, so I brought that to the chief's attention, and he was going to have his, his traffic team look at that and see if and how it should be addressed.
Any other comments? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Public health, what do you want to discuss?
Thank you, Mayor. The Board of Health had its last meeting on September 17th. I was unable to attend since it was my back-to-school night in Chatham, but I have a report based on the minutes. The Children's Bicycle Helmet Program is ongoing, and many helmets were distributed specifically over the summer. The blood pressure screening in June saw 23 Garwood seniors, and 21 Garwood seniors were seen in July. On October 21st, there will be a free stroke risk assessment screening from 10 a.m. to 1 p.m. at the Westfield Municipal Building. The Board of Health adopted an ordinance to set licensing fees for electronic smoking device establishments, which is something that I brought up after their June meeting. And so that's all for my report, Mayor.
Thank you. You have further report of public health. We'll have a motion to accept.
Be received and spread across the minutes.
Do we have a second?
Second.
Thank you. Any comments? There being none, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Streets, roads, and ecology, Councilman Mears.
Thank you, Mayor. As much as I hate to say, the leaf season will soon be on us. I hate that. But,
I like that.
I like the leaves, but, you know, what it implies after that. Residents are advised that the leaf bags will be ready for pickup October 6th, while the first leaf pickup is scheduled for October 20th. Residents are asked to remember the leaf bags are for leaves only, not for grass or tree branches. The DPW will continue to pick up the grass through the end of October, so there will be a 2-week overlap of the two collections. DPW has asked me to just remind everybody that, you know, please keep them separate. They actually are taken to 2 different places and disposed of separately, so it is important to do that. Second, just to let the council members know, the waste management rep we had scheduled for the September 16th Streets and Roads Committee meeting actually contacted me that day. Actually, I should say someone else contacted me to let me know the person we were scheduled to meet with was let go the Friday before we were meeting. So that meeting did not occur. We are rescheduled to meet September 30th. And I just want to bring one thing to your attention. In your packet, you did receive, you might have been wondering about it because it looked a little cryptic, information from the Garwood Paperboard Company.
Yeah.
I found it very interesting. I saw a flyer that the Garwood Paperboard Company was accepting paper. And I ended up calling up and finding out that they still are accepting paper. And so I spoke to them just for a couple of minutes to see if they would actually be interested in taking the paper from the borough. And they said, yes, absolutely. So I just asked them to give me that proposal. It's not going anywhere, it's just to see what they do. But what that does is it leaves open another thought regarding recycling, that we could actually, and I'm not promoting this, but just a thought, we could actually separate the paper recycling from the cans and bottles and everything else, and have the DPW actually pick up the paper, and just drop it right here in town, and therefore make money on it, rather than paying somebody to take it away, and perhaps have a totally different recycling contract, you know, when this one expires. So we're not there yet, but I just wanted to mention that to you, that we continue to look into it. Yeah. And that's it for my report, Mayor.
You have heard the report of streets, roads, and ecology. Do I have a motion to accept?
Be received and spread across the minutes.
Is there a second?
Second.
Any comments?
Of course, I have a comment on that one. It's one of my favorite subjects. I think that it is an excellent seed to plant with us. The idea of just separating out one of the recycling items rather than all of it, and making money on that would be just wonderful. You know, that's right. Falls in line with a lot of the things I've mentioned in the past. So I'm definitely eager to see that proposal. It's right here in town, supports them too, and makes us a couple dollars. Seems very,
So,
very,
win-win.
definitely seems like it could be a win-win, and I support you in that. Thank you.
Absolutely.
Any other comments? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Fire, Councilman Matheson.
No report, Mayor.
Finance, Councilwoman Fittis.
No report, Mayor.
Buildings and Grounds, Councilman Fittis.
No report, Mayor.
Laws and License, Council President Tarantino.
Thank you, Mayor. We already talked about the dumpster ordinance. So after many months of review and discussion with our chief of police and captain, along with the borough attorney, the committee, Laws and License Committee recommends the introduction of ordinance 14-12, Article 9, dumpsters and containers, Chapter 146, streets and sidewalks. This will allow us to regulate dumpsters and containers on the streets of the borough by permit. That is all from my report, Mayor.
You have further report of laws and license. Do you have a motion to accept?
Be received and spread across the minutes.
Do we have a second?
Second.
Any other comments? No other comments or questions? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Recreation, Councilman Fittis.
Thank you, Mayor. The fall soccer program for pre-K and kindergarten will start September 26th at Washington School from 4:30 to 5:30. It will last for 6 weeks and it will be every Friday. The fee for that is $50 per person. That's all for my report, Mayor.
You have heard the report of recreation. Do I have a motion to accept?
Be received and spread across the minutes.
Do I have a second?
Second.
Any comments? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Committee on Aging, Council President Tarantino.
Thank you, Mayor. The Garwood Senior Club is planning its last trip of the season to Woodlock in Hawley, Pennsylvania on Thursday, October 23rd. Tickets are $50 for the Garwood seniors and $50 for non-residents. The bus will leave Garwood Firehouse at 9 a.m. for a 2-hour trip to Woodlock. Return is approximately 6 p.m. For reservations or further information, you can contact Mary Spina, and I have her phone number if anybody would like it. Thank you, Mary. That's all for my report.
Thank you. You have heard the report of the Committee on Aging. Do I have a motion to accept?
Be received and spread across the minutes.
Do I have a second?
Second.
Read it out for that. Any comments? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Thank you. Library. The Garwood Public Library continues to celebrate Sign-Up Month at your library. Every year, the nation officially recognizes September as Sign-Up Month at your library, and we encourage residents to come by at any time throughout the year at their convenience to stop in and see what the library has to offer, because it's just not for books anymore. Tomorrow evening, there will be a program at 7 p.m. Magician Mike Zachariah will present a comedy magic show for adult audiences in the library. He has been a featured magician at the Stage House in Scotch Plains for several years, as well as at the Somerset Patriot baseball games, and has done shows in many tri-state universities, libraries, and corporate functions. The show is free, but registration is required, so you can register by calling the library at 789-1607 or by visiting their interactive calendar page on their website. Wednesday, October 8th at 7 p.m., musician Peter Biderman will revisit the library, entertaining audiences with his solo acoustic guitar performance. On a variety of acoustic guitars, completely instrumental, he will perform a variety of music, including some of his own compositions. Registration is required for this event as well. And as a reminder, the library is now open again on Saturdays from 9 to 1, with a convenient book drop open 24/7. However, audiobooks and DVDs still need to be returned inside the library and must not be returned to the book drop. That concludes my report on the library. May I have a motion to accept?
Be received and spread across the fence.
Second.
Any comments? All in favor?
Aye.
And the celebration of public events and holidays liaison, Councilman Martin.
School board?
Skip me?
Oh, I'm sorry, I read that wrong spot.
That's okay. It's a long one. Is that why? Did you get word of that?
No,
Oh, okay. All right, thank you, Mayor. I attended the last meeting of the Board of Education on September 16th. The board announced that math and science teacher Mr. Abruzzo will be retiring this November. Upcoming events and fundraisers were mentioned, including a Devils game on January 31st, a color on during the spring, and Max Fit in Cranford will be donating $150 to the PTA for all new signups. On October 25th, there will be a clothing drive, and in November, there will be a movie night. In past events, the PTA held a book fair during back-to-school night, and the 8th grade did a car wash just this past weekend. In another matter, some members of the board attended a presentation on STEM, which stands for Science, Technology, Engineering, and Mathematics. The 250 Chromebooks that have been purchased are in and will be used in the classrooms after the teachers receive training on Columbus Day. As mentioned in previous meetings, the Garwood Y is currently in Lincoln School due to construction at Washington School, which should be done by the end of this month. Superintendent Dr. Quigley said that this caused only minor disruption in Lincoln School, resulting in impact on music and art classes. The Y kids are currently in 3 classrooms, and the Y provides for someone at the door since they are open before and after school hours. And the children wear their Y shirts around to distinguish them from the rest of the children at Lincoln School. In a Finance Committee resolution, the board approved the transfer of $372,794 from capital reserve to fund the cost to repair Washington School. This results in $12,000 approximately left in capital, and the business administrator estimated that in November, $80,000 or so will be replenished in capital. Negotiations with the teachers are ongoing, and that's all for my report, Mayor.
Thank you. Approve the report of the school board liaison. Do I have a motion to accept?
Be received and spread across the minutes.
Do I have a second?
Second.
Any comments? There being none, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Now we'll move on to celebration of public events and holidays liaison. Councilman Martin.
Oh, yes. Very successful movie Under the Stars. 200 to 300 people estimated attendance. Everybody had a great time. The movie was terrific. Can't wait till the next one.
That's it?
That is my report, Mayor.
You have heard the report of the celebration of public events and holidays liaison. Do I have a motion to accept?
Be received and spread across the minutes.
Do I have a second?
Second.
Any comments? All in favor? Opposed? Union County Air Traffic Noise Advisory Board Representative, Councilman Matthews.
Thanks, Mayor. We had our last regular meeting of the year last night. Basically, and forgive my description of this, somebody's not a scientist. The FAA, from best I can glean, is considering a proposal to assess noise pollution on an average basis in a given geographic area. The danger with this proposal is that you can have noise that could basically make one small area uninhabitable. And as long as there's an overall noise reduction in that geographic area, that would suffice to meet the regulations. Our chairman was hoping that it would not move forward, and he seems to think that it's not going to. But, you know, I'll keep the mayor and council informed of any of developments, if any, regarding the proposal. But that's basically, you know, again, like my language is not as exact. I don't know how they assess it, but emitting from one source will be gone ahead and measured in an overall area, and as long as you get a net reduction, well, you know, if there's one area where it's really, really bad, then that'll be enough. So that's the danger, we're hoping that will move forward. That's all from my report, Mayor.
Thank you, Councilman. You have heard the report of Union County Air Traffic Noise Advisory Board Representative. Do I have a motion to accept?
You received and spread across the minutes?
Do I have a second?
Second.
Are there any comments?
Quick question, Councilman Matthew. Did they plan on sending a letter or anything to the FAA with their opinions?
No, they, not on this particular proposal.
So that-
Basically, I mean, and again, my faith is very,
Right.
better is, you know, a mess.
Right, that
he's-
must mean that he's really not too concerned.
Yeah,
I sat on that board too, so.
There you go. So, yeah, I think he thinks it's doomed, and even if it's not doomed, it's in such a preliminary stage now that there is sufficient time to act along the way. You know, the other thing is, again, spinning it out. I mean, even though technically something would suffice under that rubric, I mean, politically, it's tough if you go ahead and, you know, people will squawk. So, it's just, I think they're just putting it out now, you're gonna get comments going. But, you know, if it does start to look more real at any point, I'll let you know.
Okay.
Thank you. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Athletic Field Complex Project Committee Representative, Councilman Petrozelli.
Thank you, Mayor. Our monthly construction meeting was held today at Borough Hall. In attendance were the Borough Administrator, Borough Engineer, DPW Supervisor, and professionals for the project. Discussion took place on exterior railings, drainage on the basketball court, the fence area underneath the deck, and the location of the water heater in the kitchen. The two doors that we've been waiting for are on site. One door frame, or should I say door frames are on site. One door frame is installed, and the other door frame will not be installed until all the doors and hinges are in sight, and they are expected to be delivered within 5 to 7 days. The painter will be in this Thursday to start the ceiling work in the main building. The electrician will start installing the ceiling light fixtures once the ceilings are painted, and that's all for my report.
Thank you. You have heard the report of the Athletic Field Complex Project Committee Representative. Do I have a motion to accept?
You received and spread across the minutes?
Do I have a second?
Second.
Any other comments? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Thank you for your report. Officers' report. Ms. Ariano, please read the officers' report.
Chief of Police Bruce Underhill monthly report for August 2014. Municipal Court Administrator Martin Marino monthly report for August 2014.
May I have a motion to accept the officers' report as presented?
So moved.
May I have a second?
Second.
Public comment. Is there anyone in the audience who wishes to address mayor and council? Please step to the microphone, sign in. On the form provided, state your full name and address, and please limit your comments to 3 minutes. Nobody tonight? Okay. We'll close the public comment portion of tonight's meeting and move on to unfinished business, and that is the consent agenda. Are there any resolutions anyone would like deleted from the consent agenda this evening? Okay, may I have a motion to adopt the consent agenda as is?
I'll make a motion to adopt the consent agenda as is, Mayor.
Roll call, please, Ms. Mariano.
Okay.
Everybody's. Roll call, please, Ms. Mariano.
Question before we move on. Should that say 500 block of locust? On the sewer? 14-262.
Funny you should bring that up, because, well, Mr. LeConte was talking earlier, I was wondering the same thing, and I looked it up.
It's not his block.
That's what I assumed.
Hold on,
Is that just a typo?
hold on. Let me look at the backup. Let me look at the backup, hold on.
Sure. I thought they exactly moved that.
It's a typo.
I hope
It's a typo.
Yeah, right.
I'm gonna say we're not doing it for him.
Just like Joe.
There are no problems.
Okay, yes, the second quote does have the 500 block of locust.
Yeah, I mean,
But
that's the
Joe
only.
Rags' quote has the 400 block of locust, so assuming he meant the 500 block, I'll sign an ordinance tomorrow. I just want to confirm with him that he looked at the right spot.
Yeah, because I think that's the only sewer line we've actually TV'd.
I'm going to change the resolution and concur with him tomorrow.
Okay.
Do we have to
Yeah, that's my
do anything
question.
else?
I'm changing it right
Change
now.
the
resolution?
I'm changing it right now.
Just change the resolution.
Okay, I didn't know if we were.
Okay, so. We're just basically good to go then.
Sarah, Bill.
Roll call, please.
Councilman Tarantino. Aye. Councilman Martin.
Aye.
Councilman Matthews.
Aye.
Councilman Newman.
Yes?
Aye. Councilman Fitch.
Aye.
New business. Is there any new business for the mayor and council? Anyone have? I do have an appointment this evening. We appoint Albert Alconte to the planning board, class 4, for an unexpired term. That term is from September 23rd, 2014 through December 31st, 2014. Also, we have a proclamation for Fire Prevention Week, October 5th through the 11th. All right, payment of claims.
Be it resolved, the following claims as approved, be it the same are hereby ordered paid and properly signed and verified. The payment of payrolls as listed is hereby confirmed and ratified.
May I have a motion to adopt the payment of claims?
So moved.
Second.
Thank you. Regular meeting of the mayor and council. All right, roll call, please, Mary.
Council President Tarantino. Aye. Council Martin. Aye. Council Matthews.
Aye.
Council Mears.
Yes.
Council Rizzo. Aye. Council Fisco.
Aye.
Regular meeting of the mayor and council will be held on Tuesday, October 14, 2014, in council chambers at 7:15 p.m. Workshop session to start at 7. There will be a public hearing in council chambers on ordinance number 14-12 on Tuesday, October 14, 2014, at 7:15 p.m. or soon thereafter. May I have a motion to adjourn?
Motion to adjourn, Mayor.
May I have a
Second.